If you're new to CrossFit and you've never done MURPH before, or you've done MURPH before but you didn't prepare well for it this year, then stick around for today's video because I'm going to give you my own tips on how you can approach the workout well and get the best score possible. What's up everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of Excellence in Motion. I'm Doc Caden and I'm here to inspire you to achieve your potential through movement. If you're clicking on today's video, it's most likely because you're about to complete the workout MURPH. If you've done MURPH before, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about, but if you're brand new and you've never tried it, MURPH is a hero workout in the CrossFit community that's meant to memorialize Michael Murphy, who was a military serviceman who gave his life in service to our country, and we do a really hard workout to celebrate his life and his accomplishments. Also, if you hear a loud banging noise throughout this video, like that, it's because I'm at the gym and the garage door is open and there's lots of construction work going on the outside, so don't let it distract you from all this important information. Before we get started with today's strategies, if you're new to the channel, I do videos on fitness gear reviews, movement tips, and workout strategies just like this one. So if that stuff interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel and throw a like on today's video. It really helps push it out to a lot more people and it helps the channel a ton. Okay, step number one for preparing for a hard workout like MURPH is to actually make sure that the night before you're preparing yourself well. What I mean by this is you need to make sure that you're getting enough rest and that you're fueling your body with the food that's necessary to carry you through a long workout if you're doing this the next morning. When I say fuel your body, I don't necessarily mean carb loading. What? There's a big misconception out there about making sure that you eat a lot of carbs before you go to bed to get ready for longer workouts. I'm not a huge proponent of carb loading because it spikes your insulin, and doing that right before bed just really promotes more fat storage than anything. So I would just eat a well-balanced meal of meat, veggies, nuts and seeds, and a little bit of starch to kind of round out your nutrition for the day. And then when you wake up in the morning, have a few more carbs like some oatmeal, a banana, some toast, something like that, to time your carbs appropriately for the workout itself so you can actually use it as fuel and not store it away as body fat.
Get in my belly!
Staying away from alcohol is also going to be really helpful for you. There's nothing worse than having lots of alcohol the night before a really long and tough workout and then coming to the workout and having to see your alcohol all over the floor afterwards. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to a wedding the day before MURPH this year, so I'm not really gonna be able to drink a lot.
Oh, boo-hoo!
I don't normally drink a lot anyway, but I'm gonna limit my alcohol use because I don't wanna feel like trash when I do the workout the next morning. When it comes to sleep, make sure you're getting enough sleep. MURPH typically takes somewhere between 35 to 45 minutes for most average fit people. If you haven't prepared for the workout this year, or if you're doing it for the first time, it may take you even longer. So not having enough adequate rest the night before is going to make that even harder on your body. I like to use Whoop to track my sleep. It tells me all the information that I need that's going to help me prepare for better sleep. It gives me feedback on my sleep from the night before and allows me to prepare my body for getting adequate rest. If I want to peak in my performance for MURPH, Whoop is going to tell me how much sleep I need the night before and when I should be in bed to make sure that I'm maximizing my recovery. This video is not sponsored by Whoop, but I do have an affiliate code down below in the description that if you click on it, will give you 30 days free to try out Whoop for yourself, and it also helps me out a little bit by giving me another free month on my membership. If you want to see my video comparing the Whoop with the Apple Watch, just click this banner up here. You can head on over there and look at the comparisons and see if the Whoop is something that you really want to purchase for yourself. Strategy number two is to know your weaknesses and plan accordingly. It's really important to understand what your weaknesses are when you approach a workout like MURPH so that you can plan your rests and your rep scheme accordingly. For instance, if running is your kryptonite, you might want to adjust your rep scheme in the middle of the workout to reflect the amount of time it's going to take you to do your run. For most people, if you're running somewhere between an 8 and 10 minute mile, it's going to be a lot longer for you to finish the workout if you don't plan the middle portions accordingly to allow you to move quickly and efficiently through the workout and get back onto your run. Similarly, if you know you're a really good runner, but some of your gymnastics movements are not on par, then you need to think of a rep scheme that's going to allow you to break that up in manageable ways so that you can get through it without hitting a fatiguing point and get back to your run where you can make up a little bit more of your time. Let's use me as an example. I'm a pretty decent runner.
Right.
I'm planning on running somewhere between a 6 and 7 minute mile. Keeping that in mind, my rep scheme needs to reflect my ability to do this run in that time and not fatigue me to the point where I'm failing. If you're familiar with the girl workout Cindy,
Yup!
it's a 20-minute AMRAP of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 air squats. This breaks out perfectly over the course of 20 rounds into the rep scheme that is in MURPH of the pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats. I'm going to do 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 air squats. Now, understand that some of these rep schemes are just suggestions. Your physical ability might be somewhere in between those two, so you need to pick what's best for you so that you can get the most out of today's workout. MURPH is all about endurance, and you need to understand where your weaknesses are so that you can modify appropriately to make sure that you're getting the most out of the workout. If you're someone who does not do pull-ups very well, or if you don't have very good push-ups, then modify that kind of stuff. For the pull-ups, I might actually recommend that you either do banded strict pull-ups or do some ring rows in the Cindy fashion, because it keeps those reps a little bit lower for stricter movements and allows you to keep moving throughout the workout. For push-ups, I would do some form of a banded push-up or push-ups on your knees so that you can handle the load and keep moving. Air squats is something that I don't think a lot of people are gonna struggle with. So as long as you can maintain an equal amount of volume over the course of the rounds that you choose, you should be just fine with the air squats. Last but not least, you need to make sure that you give yourself adequate time to get in a good warm-up. We all know who those guys are that come in and just like, I'm fit, I don't need to warm up, and then they go out and they blow their Achilles tendon. You dads out there know exactly what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Don't be that person. Make sure that when you're prepping to do this type of workout, you're coming in early and giving yourself time to go through a good warm-up to get your body ready for the amount of volume that it's gonna take on. This workout has 2 miles of running, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats in total. So if you're not adequately warmed up for that kind of stuff, your body is not gonna be happy with you in about 10 to 15 minutes. My recommendation for warming up for this workout is to go through some form of runner's warm-up. That includes something like karaoke's, side steps, high knees, jogging in place, maybe even going out on a couple of 200-meter runs. For the other movements, actually do the movements. Do some push-ups, do some pull-up work, get the scaps activated. A really good warm-up for the shoulders actually is to grab onto the bar and do some scap pull-ups. It gets the shoulder blades ready to move and it primes the shoulder joint for handling load. For the legs, go ahead and bust out some air squats, do some lunges, sit down into a deep sumo squat. Once you decide the rep scheme that you want to move forward with from the last step, I would incorporate that into your warm-up. So once everything is loose and ready to go, I would actually go through a miniature version of what you're doing in the workout. So maybe do a round where you run 200 or 400 meters and then come in and do your rep scheme of pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats, and then go back out for another run. Make it like a mini 1/16th MURPH to get your body used to what that's gonna feel like. Bump the intensity up. Maybe do that twice where you're doing the first round at 50%, the second round at 75%, and then the third round somewhere around 90%, so that you can feel what you're gonna feel for the next 40, maybe even 50 minutes, depending on how ready you are for the workout. All in all, guys, these tips are not necessarily for the elite. Like I said earlier in the video, these are for brand new people who are trying MURPH for the first time, or for some people who have done it before but haven't really trained for it appropriately, so you just need some ways to break it up and make it a little bit easier on yourself. At the end of the day, the workout is what you make it. If you do it with a group of people and make a party out of it, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Pretty cool! Pretty damn cool!
Some people even choose to do the workout with a partner and just break it up and do half of the work together with some rest periods. Some people even wanna just do half MURPH on their own with no rest periods just to decrease the load. You can choose whatever you want to do. There's nothing in the rule book that says you have to do it exactly as it's written. The whole point of doing hero workouts is to memorialize the people who sacrificed their lives for our countries, and it's a great way for us to come together as a community, do some fitness, and celebrate everybody. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any other tips that you want to share with people who might be watching this video, please leave them down in the comments. I'm always looking for new advice and new ways to educate people. So leave your tips in the comments, like today's video, if you got lots of value out of it. I swear, I'm trying to end this video and they just keep making a whole bunch of noise over there. Maybe it's my fault. I should close the garage door. If you want to see more videos like these, just click on over here, and until next time, go out, do good things, and don't forget to move. I'll catch you in the next video.